this is Undone by Dale, and I'm not getting married again, but thank you for clicking. I am actually reflecting on if I did get married again, how would I style myself? In today's video, I'm going to take you through how I styled myself on my big day, getting married to Mr. Addiction. Now, a few of you have said to me, Dale, what are you going to call Mr. Addiction now that you've changed your channel name? And I said, he named himself Mr. Addiction, so until he comes up with an alternative name for me to refer to him to, he will remain Mr. Addiction. So thank you all for your concern, because Mr. Undone, well, I don't mind it, but I don't know if it's quite his thing. So this video was inspired by the lovely Lauren. Lauren and I chat a lot on the Instagrams about all things styling. She's so thoughtful. She sends me everything and anything that she thinks that I will love, and I super appreciate you, Lauren. So thank you so much. I held back from this video for a little while. A little while ago I did a whole bunch of quirky bags that I found just innocently scrolling Net-a-Porter, one of which I actually purchased, the Cult Gaia grape bag. And in that video I featured this gorgeous little fluffy swan. Clearly it is not a swan, it is a dove. For some reason I had a swan on the brain. Apologies. And I thought it would be great for a wedding look. And Lauren said to me back then, I'd love to know what your take on wedding bags would be. And I'm like, no, I'm not really kind of interested in researching for those because it's a lot of time and effort. And then I started to think about it, and I thought, what if I was getting remarried to Mr. Addiction, of course, and I had to choose bags from my collection? What would I pick? Today I'm going to share with you the bag I actually carried on my wedding day, the shoes, the dress, and the dress I was going to wear but didn't. And then I have a selection of 6 bags from my collection that I think I could incorporate into that very same look that I wore on the day. How do I do this? I'll set the context. Mr. Addiction and I got married. We eloped to Las Vegas as part of a broader holiday in the United States. It wasn't an impulsive thing. We had been planning it for probably 5 months or so before we actually went. Now, we'd planned it to the extent that he had a tie for the custom-made suit that he also had made that reflected the colour of my wedding dress. Or so he thought. And so now I will show you the dress that he thought I was going to be wearing on our wedding day, and was rather confused when I presented myself at the end of the aisle and was not wearing said dress. Now, bear in mind, I lived in a regional town. I was buying everything online, and I had this vision. Here is the label. This is an unworn dress. I still have it. There's no way it would fit me now. And this is the dress. It is this beautiful, beautiful lace sweetheart neckline dress by Pucci. I fell in love with it. I saw Miranda Kerr wear it at some event. If I can find the photograph, I'll pop it here. And back in the day, it did fit me and it did look beautiful, and I just wish that I was in selfie culture back then, because I would have had a photo of me wearing it. It's unlikely that that will happen now. And for somebody who doesn't love yellow that much, this has this kind of, I don't know, like a neon-y kind of golden yellow, and for my colouring, anyway, I just loved all of the back, like if you put skin behind that, oh, would have been beautiful. So I had showed Mr. Addiction this dress, and we picked his tie, which I still have, which would kind of accentuate this dress, and you know, it'd be very Vegas, wouldn't it? The shoes I also purchased online because I had to, and I chose the Jimmy Choo champagne glitter leather in the Yvette style, which is I think it's an 8 centimeter as opposed to the, what's the other style called? I cannot remember, but they're like 10 or 12. They're really high. I toppled forward in them, so I had to send them back. But these are the beautiful strappy sandals that I wore. They've had quite a bit of wear. I've worn them to a couple of events since, and so they were the shoes with the dress, but that did not happen. So shortly before, I think it would be like 3 weeks before we were due to fly out, I was flicking through Vogue magazine and I saw an actress, and she was like at a red carpet event, and she was wearing the dress that I actually loved, because obviously I wasn't going to be wearing a wedding dress, a traditional wedding dress. And it was by Alice and Olivia, and it was called the Gwendolyn dress, I believe. And so I tried to get hold of it, but of course this dress, I'm gonna show you the dress and then I'll show you photographs. The dress has ostrich feathers on it, and because Australia has such strict CITES, getting it into the country from overseas was just too difficult. So this is the top with this beautiful little embroidered kind of lace sleeve detail. Had a high neck again with this beautiful detail around the neck, and then, oh, it's so beautiful. I love it so much. You know when you listen to yourself and you're glad you did? And this is the skirt. So it's obviously a short cocktail dress. It's actually quite heavy. The skirt has all this movement, all of this beautiful beading in kind of the silver beading, and it has the feather detail and everything moves, like all of the beads, everything. So like, so I had to have it. I ended up calling Net-a-Porter, still got it in the bag, and said, can you get it to me? I want to wear this as my wedding dress. It had a keyhole back with like a couple of buttons at the top, and then a tiny little zipper, and I mean, as if I was not going to be wearing this dress. I thought the yellow dress was me. Well, this was even more me. So here is me on my wedding day. Yep, I dressed up like a Vegas princess, and it was the most beautiful, enjoyable day. Now I give you all of this context. I haven't showed you the bag that I carried yet. I'm going to show you that at the end, so you've got the vision. But the reason for this context is we got married on a Sunday night on purpose, right? So, because that's just how we roll. Because the day that we got married was also the anniversary date of my parents' marriage. Also, and that's just when it fell, so we did it then. On the day of the wedding, obviously we were sharing a suite. We got married at the Wynn in Vegas, which is absolutely beautiful in their courtyard. So we didn't do all the traditional things, like spend a night apart. I did wear something blue, but that was under the dress. I had booked for my hair and makeup to be done, which I was very grateful that I did, because they just did a beautiful job. I hadn't booked a pedi, I hadn't booked a mani, I hadn't had my rings cleaned. I walked into the salon and they said, oh, are you getting any nail services done today? And I said, oh, I haven't booked anything. And they said, that's all right. And I said, oh, a pedicure would be good because I'm wearing strappy sandals. So, you know, my feet were fine, but they weren't fresh like you do as a wedding. And they said, oh, we can do a mani for you while you're here. And I went, okay, yep, let's do that then. Just something, you know, pretty basic. I think I had red toenails. I had a French mani, all last minute. I trundled down to the salon. I was by myself. I got ready. I got one of the women there to zip me up. And then, yeah, they took all of my change of clothes and everything back to the suite. We had like 2 big floral arrangements at the end of the altar, and they were taken back up to the suite as well. And yeah, then we had some photographs, and we had a late dinner in a cabana at their lakeside restaurant, which was amazing. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that I didn't want to turn up as somebody I wasn't on my wedding day. And I've been to a few weddings over my life, and the person who turns up at the end of the aisle on the day, a lot of the time is not the person that you agreed to marry. And for me, that's kind of the most important part of the wedding. And if I was getting married today and I could fit my wedding dress, I know the shoes fit, and I had the option to choose a bag from my collection, what would I choose that wasn't the bag that I actually carried? And in making this video, I want to inspire any of you who might be getting married, renewing your vows, to think about how to show up as yourself, your perfect, imperfect self. All right? So I'm wondering if you've already thought about what I'm going to pick. And some of you will have a bit of an evil eye and you'll know, so I'm going to get the first one out of the way straight away. I mean, Mr. Addiction would hate it, but I would love it. Really, how often are you carrying your handbag around anyway? If it's an elopement, I didn't get my bag until after we'd had all the photos, and I dropped my bouquet back to the room. My bouquet was stunning. If I've got a photo of it, I'll pop it in here. And then I picked up my bag, which again, I will show you a picture of the bag. I'll actually show you the bag and a picture of me with the bag. But you're not really carrying it. Like, you're talking to people if you're having a big event. Somebody's taking care of you. You've got your bridesmaids, you've got, family and friends who are carrying your bits and pieces. So why couldn't I carry my Gary? Get carried away with Gary. The J.W. Anderson pigeon clutch. Obviously, I have an affinity for birds and all things bird. I had ostrich feathers on my dress. Gary would carry the bare essentials for a bit of a touch-up, a bit of lippy, maybe a compact mirror, a little hairbrush to kind of tidy things up, but I could totally see Gary with that dress. What do you think? Let's take things up a little notch. If I wanted to go high end, I think I might choose this Louis Vuitton Petit Mal in the purple coral metallic lizard. It has the metallic kind of bounce that would go beautifully with the shoes. Pink and white is a beautiful, subtle, feminine combination. And again, it carries about as much as Gary does. I can fit my phone in here, but not much else. Probably a lippy, maybe a compact. But this would look beautiful, this structure, against the really floaty, beautiful movement in my dress. Let's take things up a little whimsy notch. Some of you might think this is too much, but imagine that dress in a cold climate with like a beautiful furry shawl or even a big coat over the top with just the dress kind of poking out. Yeah, that would be a vibe. Swap out the strappy sandals for a pair of beautiful fluffy boots. And my Fendi mohair baguette worn as a clutch, not with the handle. Don't you think that would be a vibe? Like, so much fluffy, cozy texture. I could even do like a hat or some kind of, cozy hairpiece. So I'm just wearing this teeny little dress underneath, but a big fur coat, fluffy boots, fluffy bag, fluffy hat. Oh, I'd look like a snow yeti on ice. This may be jarring for people, but here's why I would choose my Fendi made to order. Because it's me, because I made it. And it doesn't have to go with anything, but it goes with everything because of the fact that it would be competing with the dress for attention, but it would also perhaps prompt me in terms of what I did with my earrings or with my hair. Again, I'm not carrying it that much. I think this little treasure would just be a special, special piece to carry on the day because it's so unexpected and everything goes with white. The penultimate choice. Taking things whimsy but a little more serious, just in case it is Vegas after all. My Alexander McQueen knuckle duster clutch with the hummingbirds. How beautiful, and this gorgeous, gorgeous feature on the top there, the hummingbird eating the apple. Like, how divine would that be? You could, you know, hold it like this, hold it like that. It would just look so stunning against the movement in the dress. It's just beautiful and whimsy and delightful. So there's another option. Now the final choice I would make from my current collection before I show you the bag I actually did carry is something blue-ish. It's my Fendi First in the mint fox colour. Again, the beautiful movement of the fox against the ostrich feathers I think would be absolutely stunning. Meredith carried a gorgeous Swarovski crystal Fendi First against on her wedding day, and she also had a reception dress that was like short, like my dress that I showed you, and the structure or the shape of the Fendi First against the beautiful voluminous skirt was really beautiful. And she was tossing up between, I think, a white or a blush coloured one of these. I would probably do the mint for me, just to, you know, have a bit of fun with the something blue. But what did I actually carry? I keep it in this Henry Bendel dust bag. I cannot remember how I came across this, whether I ordered it online or I came across it in person. The bag that I actually carried was a very inexpensive but beautiful piece. It is this gorgeous heart-shaped teeny tiny little clutch with Swarovski crystals and beading all over it, and then on the top it has this clasp. Nothing fit in it except a lipstick. This is the inside. Like, that's it. I can't even remember the label. There you go. It was from Forever New. There you go. Forever New, a clothing store. The back, I mean, how risky is that? An ivory silk back of a handbag, and it had this little chain inside. Let's see if it still works. Yep. And so the chain you could actually wear crossbody. It's that long. Can I pop it on? Yeah. Here it is. And it was, there's only one photo I have of me with the bag because all of the photos were taken with the flowers. So I still love this, and I think it would still work, but obviously I have so many more options these days. This was back in 2013 that, yeah, I'd be spoiled for choice. So how about you? Are you married yet? If you are, did you carry a bag on your wedding day? And if so, would you choose the same one today, or would you make a different choice? If you're not married and you hope to be, or you're soon to be, what bag do you think that you might carry on your wedding day? Would it be a feature of your outfit, or would it just be something to carry the essentials? Hit me up in the comments with your thoughts. But my advice, my undone advice is be yourself. Do not be afraid to be exactly who you are. You're not going to be, most of us, in the pages of a Vogue bridal editorial. You're marrying your true love. So step up there entirely as yourself and have the most wonderful day. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you have, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to see you back for more of my how-to styling content, the Undone edit, fashion retrospectives, Unbeautiful, the list goes on. See you in the next one. Ciao.